Okay, so we have that report there. Here's another one, another Reuters report. Japan says unsure if nuclear reactor vessel is damaged. And I've got other reports here saying they believe that it has been partially unsealed. But again, that is not confirmed. Let's hope and pray that's not the case. But you've seen the explosions, and there's been more now. Japan's Nuclear Safety Agency said it was unsure if a fresh explosion at its quake-stricken nuclear power plant on Tuesday has damaged one of the reactor containment vessels. The vessel of the Fukushima Complex No. 2 reactor contains fuel rods in danger of melting down, a development that experts say could cause a major radiation leak if the containment vessel's thick vessel walls were breached. And again, I've been watching and listening to the news. There's a lot more dire statements being made, again, about 1, 3, 2, and 4, including a containment vessel at 4. But they're not sure as of right now. Here are some of the other news reports. In order, we're going to go through these. London Telegraph, Japan crisis. Third explosion raises specter of nuclear nightmare. Similar to headlines we wrote last night ahead of this. The new explosion at Fukushima plant as engineers fought to prevent a meltdown in the second worst nuclear accident in history. They're now saying it is the second worst after Chernobyl, and if it continues to unfold, it'll be far worse than Chernobyl. A huge explosion hit another reactor at the earthquake-damaged, really the tsunami-damaged, Japanese nuclear power plant early Tuesday. So it's just ongoing. The third blast since Saturday, the plant operator said. There was a huge explosion between 6 a.m., 2100 Greenwich Mean Time, and 6:15 a.m. at the No. 2 reactor on Fukushima No. 1 nuclear power plant, a Tokyo Electric Power Co. spokesman said. And again, I have another report here saying that the explosions from other reactors may have damaged No. 4. The government also reported apparent damage to part of the container shielding the same reactor at Fukushima, 250 kilometers or 155 miles northeast of Tokyo. And previously the wind was going basically out to sea towards the United States, to the east. Now it is changed to the south, blowing it down over Tokyo. And there are reports that the radiation is climbing there, though they're saying that it's safe if you only have brief exposure, whatever that means. Kind of like they said the air was safe to breathe on 9/11 when they knew it was deadly, filled with asbestos. Or kind of like they told the atomic soldiers it was safe. But they're saying around the plant, the radiation levels are climbing off the charts, and they're now picking up strontium, higher levels of cesium, and radioactive iodine. This is very serious. Continuing, here is another headline out of Swiss Info. Japan braces for potential radiation catastrophe. Japan faced a potential catastrophe on Tuesday after quake-crippled nuclear power plant exploded and sent low levels of radiation floating towards Tokyo, prompting some people to flee the capital as others to stock up on essential supplies. They've also told people to stay indoors and to try to seal their windows. That's actually good advice. Prime Minister urged people within 30 kilometers of the facility, a population of 140,000, to remain indoors amid the world's most serious nuclear accident since Chernobyl in the Ukraine in 1986. And it continues with the economic impact. Tokyo shares in day down 11, sending the U.S. stock market and other major stock markets down as well. Continuing, Japan nuke plant may spray reactor by helicopter. They're now going to the Chernobyl model, trying to cover up the containment ponds that are used to recycle the radiation, the strontium, the cesium, the radioactive iodine, and other nasty derivatives of the process. But they're saying the steam that's getting out is delivering the radioactive particles into the atmosphere, and again, blowing south towards Tokyo. So they're going to try to go in now and dump different things on top of the different reactors. Very brave people that are going in via helicopter. Tokyo Electric Power says it may use helicopters because of the risk of radiation contamination from approaching the pool directly. Airdrops may also be more effective. A Japanese official says the pool might be boiling, raising the risk of water used to keep the fuel cool might evaporate. Officials are struggling to address the failure of safety measures at several of the plant's reactors after Friday's earthquake and tsunami. Hundreds of aftershocks have shaken the region. Many of these aftershocks would be considered large earthquakes in and of themselves. Japan is descending into a complete quagmire. We'll continue on the other side. Stay with us.
This is an urgent message. Urgent if you care about feeding your family. S510 has passed through Congress and will make the sale of heirloom seeds difficult. Prices of non-GMO seeds are skyrocketing and may be hard to afford in the future, if you can even find them. As the economy continues to decline, this will make the heirloom seeds worth their weight in gold and one of the best barter tools available. When food supplies eventually run out, your solution is to grow your own food and barter tool. Now, for a short time, GetSeeds.net offers 100 packets of heirloom non-GMO vegetable seeds for only $59. Pay with 2 ounces of pure silver or just $59. The best price on the net for high-quality seeds. Our GetSeeds.net seeds are open pollinated vegetable seeds sealed in a Mylar bag for long-term storage. Bulk pricing available, so get seeds while you still can at GetSeeds.net or call toll-free 877-341-4769. That's 877-341-4769.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
HempUSA.org has a revolutionary wonder food for detoxing the body and rebuilding the immune system. Microplant powder can help unclog arteries and soften heart valves while removing heavy metals, virus, fungus, bacteria, and parasites. Plus, it cleans and purifies the blood, lungs, stomach, and colon. Keep your body clean with Microplant powder. Visit us at HempUSA.org or call 908-691-2608 today.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Thank you for joining us. Continual coverage of the tsunami earthquake ravaged Japan and all the problems they're having at the Fukushima 6 nuclear reactor complex, including the Mark I number 3 reactor that blew sky high yesterday. More explosions at reactor 2 overnight. Paul Joseph Watson has a new article just out at prisonplanet.com. Panic buying, stocks of potassium iodine exhausted in the United States. And we're getting also reports that FEMA has been in stores buying it up. Those are coming in from all over the country. And when you get those confirmed reports of shop owners and others witnessing it, you can bet it's happening. If any shop owners want to go on record, though, and send us emails to put in a story about where you work, what you witnessed, what happened, we certainly like to further document that. But this article deals with the fact that all over the country, including here in Austin, we've confirmed it, potassium iodate tablets, iodine tablets, the health food type from kelp, dulse, and alfalfa, all sold out. Health websites sold out. Readers struggle to find radiation-fighting pills anywhere. We're getting numerous reports from readers that stocks of potassium iodine, which is used to prevent and protect the body against the effects of nuclear fallout, are completely sold out across the United States. In fact, we'll put this prisonplanet.com article on screen for viewers. Checks of health supplement websites in the U.S. also confirm that stocks are completely exhausted. With the threat of radioactive particles from the stricken Fukushima nuclear complex drifting towards the United States on prevailing easterly winds, many Americans are attempting to protect themselves by acquiring potassium iodate, which protects the thyroid gland from radiation and cancer caused by radioactive iodine. And you can see a photo screenshot of one of the packages, IOSAT, indications, thyroid blocking in a radiation emergency only, potassium iodine tablets, USP 130 milligrams. So we're going to be going over that more in the broadcast today. U.S. manufacturers of potassium iodine have been swamped with demand, reports CNN. One Williamsburg, Virginia-based company has received hundreds, if not thousands, of calls from potential buyers in Asia, as well as repeat U.S. customers suddenly seeking to replenish their stockpiles of the drug. The U.S. government has said it will not stockpile any further supplies of potassium iodine, which has only increased demand for Americans who are struggling to find it anywhere. The federal government has never purchased enough to meet the standard. There is currently only enough of the medication available for populations living within 10 miles of nuclear reactors in the United States, according to U.S. officials, and an amount Alan Morris, president of Ambex, Inc., slams as being completely insufficient. Morris points out the fact that fallout from the April 1986 Chernobyl disaster, which was spread all around the northern hemisphere, led to over 1 million deaths because of radiation poisoning, according to some estimates, causing thyroid cancer in children living in surrounding countries. It's just been devastating. That's a conservative estimate in the last few decades that have died from that. U.S. drug companies are reporting a sudden increase in sales of over-the-counter anti-radiation pills, despite assurances from health officials that Americans are not at risk from Japanese nuclear reactors. By the way, I want to get Ben Fuchs, the pharmacist, to pop in briefly, if you can, at the start of the next hour, Jaron, if you can get a hold of him, just for about 5 minutes, because I've gotten calls saying, well, look, the radioactive iodine, if it is coming this way, some pharmacists or some people at health food stores, we're just getting calls about this, we haven't confirmed it, are saying, look, the regular potassium iodine drops for thyroid health are in such low doses that it's not going to help you. But that's not what Ben Fuchs was saying when he was on the show. So, guys, let's just try to get him on, even if it has to be later in this hour, but preferably next hour, to specifically talk about the different doses that are in the over-the-counter kelp pills and also the iodine drops that are labeled for human consumption. So we'll continue to look at that as it unfolds. The article continues with a few emails that Paul Watson received. Quote, I went to Whole Foods Market in Arlington, Texas last night to get a bottle of kelp. They were totally out of potassium iodine. They would not get a shipment of any by this Friday. Are people in this area more aware of what's going on in Japan than people in Austin? I hope so. Respectfully, Doug. Doug, I've been to the store and they're sold out. Just going to check. My wife already bought a bunch more. Tim Frugier yesterday went and bought the last bottle at New Flower, which is a health food store. It was sold out at Central Market. So, yes, sir. This is happening all over the country, and certainly here in Austin. And Fox News and CNN are reporting that they're sold out nationwide as well. But we'll look at alternative ways to protect your thyroid. from the radioactive iodine, one of the biggest threats, and that is the type of